Surah Taubah, brief commentary and background. This surah has 129 verses divided into 16 rukus and sections. It is a Madani surah revealed partly before, during and after the Battle of Tabuk that happened in 9 Hijri, 630 AD. This surah also enunciates the principles of war and peace. This is the only surah of Quran not starting with Bismillah. Since compilation of Quran, various reasons were given for this, which narrowed down to 3 categories. Number 1 is Bismillah was not revealed with Surah Taubah, nor did the Prophet Muhammad commanded the writers of Revelation to write it. Number 2, Surah Taubah can be considered as part of the previous Surah Anfal, as suggested by some companions of the Prophet. Number 3, because Bismillah is mercy and safety, and Surah Taubah revealed with the sword, that is for punishment, disassociation, and azab for disbelievers and hypocrites. Therefore, this statement contradicts the meaning of Bismillah. Hence, it is not part of this surah. Surah Taubah revealed at a time when, after the conquest of Makkah in 8 Hijri and at the Battle of Hunain, Islam had become almost the sole religion of the whole Arab. Hardly 1 year passed after the Battle of Hunain when the major portion of Arabia came within the banner of Islam. The tribes that were still out of Islam came under its flag soon after the Battle of Tabuk. Tabuk was such a bold indication of this newly born Islamic state that it has its resonance effects on all the regions near and far. The Tabuk expedition was against the Christians living on the borders of Roman Byzantine Empire who were doing provoking activities, executed the Muslims delegation and even the special messenger of Prophet Muhammad, and also creating trouble for the trade caravans. Prophet Muhammad decided a strong action and sent an army of 3,000 men under the command of Zayd bin Haris. But they encountered a huge Roman army of almost more than 10,000 in number. The battle is called Battle of Muatta, and despite all odds of having won versus 34 in number, Muslims courageously fought and caused a great loss to Byzantine army, but themselves lost their 3 commanders, and lastly, the command came in the hands of Khalid bin Walid. Muslims then forced to return to save their remaining men and came back to Medina. However, their bold and fearless fighting had caused a great impact on Romans, and many Christians living near borders of Arabia embraced Islam. So much so that few commanders of Caesar and Roman Byzantine king also accepted Islam. Seeing this, Caesar decided to uproot Islam and prepared for a war. Prophet knew very well that at this time they have to show the same courage as it was in the Battle of Badr. Otherwise, the newly born Islamic State could become a victim of Romans, and internally the remaining opponents could stand again and could cause them significant damage. So these were the circumstances when Prophet decided for Tabuk expedition. Tabuk was an offensive defense against the mighty Roman Empire, the superpower of that time. The Prophet went for Tabuk with 30,000 companions. This courage of Muslims and their zeal and devotion, the direct command of Prophet, and also the previous experience in the Battle of Muatta caused such a fear in the heart of Byzantine that even though Prophet remained in Tabuk for almost a month, they did not dare to gather for a fight. And thus the Prophet decided to return to Medina, which was also in threat and danger from the activities of hypocrites. His triumphant return caused such an impassion in the hearts of others, the result of which was as described by Quran in Surah Nasr, when there cometh the success of Allah and the victory, and thou beholdest mankind entering the religion of Allah in crowds. Thus, delegations from all sides of Arab began coming to Medina to offer their allegiance to Islam.